Okay, so we just bought some glass containers from Walmart. One of the things Dr. Alan Grunning, he's a CERS doctor, said to me is that I needed to take my water more seriously, stop buying the plastic bottled water. That's what we've been doing since moving into the townhome. Our old house had reverse osmosis, but now we're renting, and I'm not going to put a reverse osmosis in a rental, you know? So he said, take your water more seriously. So we bought the glass containers, and I Googled artesian well, because I know there's one around here, and this is what we found. Okay, so attempt number 2. Here's the next artesian well. They've got some pipes. And David was doing some Googling, and according to Google, the water from an artesian well actually isn't any better than well water. But I don't know, people around here seem to think that it's magical. So we're gonna give it a try. I have test strips back at home that'll say if there's particles in it. And then I have test strips too that'll tell us what kind of stuff is in it. Okay, so there's one. I'm hoping this is healthier than the bottled water I've been getting. Grab another one, fill that up, and we'll Okay, experiment time. I have 3 different water samples. One is the tap water from Superior, Wisconsin. The next is Great Value bottled water. This is what we've been drinking since we moved into the townhome because this is temporary housing for us, and we're not gonna put like a reverse osmosis system in temporary housing. And then number 3 is water from the artesian well that we put here in these glass containers. So the 2 tests I'm gonna do is, one is the particle size thing. You get this with 0 water filters. So we'll see how many particles are in each sample. And then number 2 is this kit that tells you what kinds of things, hardness, chlorine, iron, copper, lead, all that. So we're gonna do the 2 tests. So the first test we're gonna do is this one because it has to sit for 30 seconds before we can read it. To put it in for 2 seconds. The only problem is it bleeds really quick, but here we go. 1, 2. All right, and then this is the Walmart water. 1, 2. And then this is the artesian well. 1, 2. All right, so we're gonna let those sit for 30 seconds. Now we're gonna do our total particle. I'm gonna start with the Walmart one because I feel like that one should be 0. And the reading is 2 particles. And I've heard people say, I don't know, you should clear it off or something, but I've done enough water samples that it really does reset between. Okay, so here's the artesian well. Oh my gosh, 272 particles. This isn't looking good for the artesian well, you guys. And let me tell you, as we were up getting our water, there was a line. I mean, everybody is getting their water there, assuming that this is this great, amazing water. Okay, next is the Superior water. I already tested this earlier. 64, 65 particles. Okay, so far the Walmart water is winning, but you have to keep in mind this particle thing doesn't test for plastic. So, okay, do we think this is done? Ooh, we have a lot of different color here. I'm gonna show you guys. So when we look at the test strips, we can see that nothing really came up. Surprisingly, no fluoride came up in any of the waters, no lead, none of the really toxic stuff came up. Now my test doesn't test for plastic, so we don't know, if this bottle is leaching plastic chemical. We do know when we look at the test strips that the artesian well water came up very high in alkaline, it came up very high in pH, it came up very high in calcium. All those things go together, but the reading was a 9 on the pH. And if you watch Dr. Barry's video on alkaline water and alkaline food, you'll find that our stomach acid is 100 times what the alkalinity of this water is, and that it'll just eat it up in seconds, so it's no big deal. Doesn't hurt or harm you. So I think, you know, especially after seeing, we went on vacation one time, we came home and filled our tub and the water was brown. And so you just don't know with your city water when something like that's coming in, and if you weren't out of town, it would be diluted, so you wouldn't even see it. So if you're gonna drink city water, I would filter it. It's according to my doctor, he said try to avoid the water that's coming in plastic because of the plastic chemical. So ultimately, I think I'd probably, if I'm just gonna drink something, I'd probably go with the artesian well. But if you didn't like the hardness in it, you could zero water filter it out. I don't think I'm gonna go through all that. I don't see any reason why I can't have those particles of mineral. I don't think they harm or hurt us. And the alkalinity is fine. So in conclusion, I'm gonna go with the artesian water. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.